Hi Catherine, how are you since we last spoke?
Not so great actually. They've rejected my complaint
Yep.
and they said they're going to stand by their decision.
Oh gosh, look, that's really frustrating. Look, I'm really feeling disappointed for you with the outcome.
I'm actually feeling furious. I don't know whether I'm angry or upset. It's still just doesn't feel fair.
Yeah, look, I hear what you're saying. Look, in the case, I think our next option is probably taking it to this complaint to an independent body. The independent body that represents the banks here is the Australian Financial Complaints Authority, or AFCA.
Are they connected to the bank?
No, they're not. They're completely
Okay.
independent. Their role is to look at the way the bank has acted. Have they acted fairly? Are they following through with their obligations?
But
which
can
we've
they
kind
make
of talked
them
about.
change their mind?
They can require the bank to reconsider their decision, and those decisions that would be investigated to make sure that they're appropriate. They can't get any legal advice, but they can certainly look into it. Does that sound like something that might be of interest to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, the process involves filling out one of these AFCA complaint forms, which I've got one here,
Okay.
and attaching the documents such as your original hardship request.
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the bank response back there. So this is the form itself here, and we can go through it together if you like.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, so essentially it's similar but a little bit more in depth into the original your original application that you put through to the bank. You put your full details, contact details, and that you're lodging it over there. So we'll just pop over the page.
Yeah.
There's your personal information, is my details will be put here. And you've got those details already. On section 4, the financial services provider will be CommBank.
Yeah. That looks pretty self-explanatory.
Yes, it does. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Over here, you will put down in that section 5, how did you make your complaint? So you submitted a written complaint to CommBank.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that you would look at putting in. So you've received a response back from the bank. The answer is yes, you have.
Yeah.
So the kind of product you are putting a complaint about for the dispute is your home loan, which is similar to what we had over there with the other applicant.
Yeah.
Your reference number, what the dispute's about in relation to taking that information that you had that we put in originally and popping it in there.
Yeah.
And how can we help? Like you're seeking a reasonable resolution, and that's a proper review.
Yeah. Look,
And followed on by, we're just finishing off this, we've
Yeah.
got the legal proceedings. There's no legal proceedings, and there's some basic things there. And you'll look at just signing there.
just down here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So,
I think I can fill it out. I don't think that's too much of a problem. But
Sure.
honestly, I just don't have the energy
Yeah.
to keep dealing with all of this backwards and
yeah,
forwards stuff.
yeah. And look, if you like, that makes sense, especially with your health. If you like, what I might be able to do is you could list me as your authorised support person in this document,
Okay.
and then that would then lead me to handle the communication, any follow-ups with AFCA on your behalf.
Yeah, look, that would be amazing.
Okay,
A huge relief.
Yeah.
This has been super stressful.
So just to check we're on the same page,
Yeah.
you'll submit the AFCA form?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep, I
and
can do
I'll act
that.
as your representative and manage the communications.
Yeah. Yep, that would be great. Look,
Okay.
honestly, I don't know how I could have done this
Yeah.
without you.
Okay, well look, that's totally understandable, Catherine. So let's book another appointment in a
Okay.
few weeks
Yeah.
and check on how things are progressing
Yeah.
with this next stage.
Great. Thank you so much.
Look, you're welcome, Catherine, and we'll see you in your next session.
Okay, thank you.